Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Sharika. Welcome back to my channel. All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about sinking funds, how I use my sinking funds, and what sinking funds that I have for 2025. And I'm gonna just give you a little bit of deeper look into how I have it set up in YNAB. So sinking funds, and when I look at Google, sinking fund is a set amount of money that is saved over time to pay off a debt or bond or to save for a regular expense. A sinking fund to me is something big that's going to happen that I can't afford it out of just one check. Or if I do pay for it out of one check, it's going to seriously disturb my life or my budget and all of the other monthly bills that I have. And so with sinking funds are bigger expenses that I can just save for every single month, or when I get like extra money, I can put money away in those sinking funds and save over it over time so that it doesn't disrupt anything else going on in my life. And that's how I use my sinking funds. And so a lot of people will use sinking funds for Christmas, vacations, a lot of bigger items. I also use sinking funds for all of my annual expenses as well. And so that's what I use sinking funds for, and that's what sinking funds are ultimately are. And so let's take a little dive into my sinking funds, the sinking funds that I have for 2025. All right, so here's a look into my sinking funds. I track all my sinking funds in YNAB. And so in YNAB, I have 3 separate account setups. I have my main account, which which kind of tracks all of my bills, all of my regular everyday spending. Then I have my separate account, and I do in a separate YNAB area is going to be my sinking funds account. It was just a lot of money, and I just didn't want it combined with anything else. And I realized the more money that was in combined with my regular spending, the more transferring of funds I was doing when I was overspent. So that's why I moved everything to a separate account. And so that's what we're going to be looking at today. Then I also have a separate business account that I track in YNAB as well. But back to the original agenda, sinking funds. So here are my sinking funds. First, I want to talk about my travel account. This is everything, like I said, everything I plan to pay for in 2025 or planning for 2026. So for travel, I've got a couple of big vacations. I turned the big 45 this year. I've already paid for that trip. I've already paid for my flight. And so as you can see, I've already funded the trip. It is in a couple weeks. And I only needed money for the hotel and spending money. So that's what's already there, already funded. For a wedding weekend in June, I am on track for saving for that wedding weekend. And let's take a look at what I need for this. If you go in here and go into the details. So as you see, my goal is I needed $700 by May 31st. For me, my flight's already paid for and my room is already paid for. So I just need transportation and spending money. It's at an all-inclusive resort. I'm not gonna be needing that much. But either way, so I need $700 by May 31st. So I've already put aside $144 and I need $555.63 left. What I do for my sinking funds is I have, out of every paycheck, I have $780 that goes directly into this account, and that's how I fund a majority of these funds. When I get extra money through my business, or like doing hair, or extra money as gifts or anything, I will also put it in here, and that's how I get ahead on some of these sinking funds. But mainly it's the $780 that I get every 2 weeks, or every week, every 2 weeks from each check goes into this account, separate from my main bills. So that's how I fund my sinking funds. All right, so let's back on track. Canada, I plan to go on Canada in July, and I'm on track for that. I also plan to go to another wedding in Cancun, and I am on track for that one as well. I have not set a goal. I plan to go to Women Evolve again this year. I've been going every year for the past 3 years. I just haven't set a goal for it yet. I'm trying to take care of some of the bigger trips, and then I will set something for that one. That one's gonna be a road trip. It's gonna be fairly simple, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. My mind isn't there yet. But at least it's here, and I will plan for it. So then my wish list. My niece and my nephew are going away on a trip to a summer camp this summer. A very wonderful opportunity, and I want to donate to them going to that trip. I am on track for that donation because I want to make sure I get that donation to their parents before, they actually have to go. Next, so my annual expenses. Again, major expenses that will disrupt me or disrupt my regular paycheck. So State Farm for my car insurance. If you saw my last budget, I pay for my daughter's car insurance separately, and I pay that monthly. Mine, I pay every 6 months. So car insurance in the beginning of the year. Then I also have a Costco membership, which is already funded. Tax preparation, $900, which is already funded. Do I spend that much money on tax preparation? Probably not. It's usually a little less. It probably will be a lot less this year, but just in case, I like to be conservative with my budgeting, and so I always budget more than I need, so that I don't have any worries. I don't have to like pull from another account. So tax prep is already funded. The Southwest credit card fee already funded, $69. Microsoft renewal is not funded, and it says March 3rd, but it already just came out. So I need to look in that, and I need to pull money from somewhere and get that taken care of. Chase credit card fee is $95. I'm on track for that goal. YNAB. I could not do what I do without YNAB. I wouldn't budget the way I do. I would be in debt. I would be broke. And I love YNAB, and it's worth every penny for me. And so I am on track to meet that goal. Again, State Farm, the 6 months, I've already started. $820 is not an easy thing to come to right on July 1st. So I'm already on track with saving for the second installment of my car insurance. Amazon Prime, another big bill. I'm on track for that one. So the rest of these I haven't really gotten on track for, but because of the vacations, but I'll get there. And those are kind of starting in October. So Geek Squad, which covers all of my appliances and my computers, all my electronics, $180, so about $18 a month. If I start now, I should be on track for that one. Holiday activities, that's Christmas gifts, white elephant gifts, holiday parties, potlucks, all that stuff. I plan to spend about $2,000. That's the plan. I need about $181 a month to get there. It's the plan. Friendsgivingness. Me and a set of my friends, we like to get a hotel. We like to speak life into each other. We like to dress up and go to dinner. We celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas all at the same time. Lately, that's been about $300. And then I also like to buy them gifts. And so lately, that's been about $300. And so I decided this year to add that to my sinking funds just so I can just have it and it's not destructing my paycheck. Again, this is a new one, Casey Cares. I go to the Casey Cares charity gala every single year. The ticket's $200. I always just take it from my check. And then when I get there, I always make a donation. And I always just take it from my check. How about, since I do this every year, how about I plan for it? How about I just plan for the ticket and I plan for a generous donation? And then if I'm feeling frisky when I'm there and I got a little bit of extra money in my bank account, then I can add more. But I want to be ahead of the game. I've already bought my ticket for 2025. I know where the donation is coming from when I get there next month. But I want to plan for, so this one is going to be for 2026. So, yeah, this will be for 2026. So this year's already taken care of, but 2026 is in the sinking fund. The same with the yearbook. I do a yearbook, I do like one of those wedding albums, those hardcover wedding albums for each year. Every month I sit down, I download my photos, I make nice collages, and I print them out at the end of the year, and they sit on my windowsill. And when I'm just chilling, or if I'm in a bad mood, or if I'm in a good mood, I just want to sit down and reflect on the past, on the great years that I've had. So those cost about $250. Like I said, I always over budget. It was $206 this year. I had a little bit extra, but this money is going to be for the 2025 book. I'll update that goal at some point at the end of the year. I literally just bought the 2024 one. And then a new one that I added this year, my photo shoot. I do a photo shoot for my birthday every single year. And I never budget for it. I need to budget for the fee. I need to budget for the makeup. I need to budget for the hair, the nails, all of the things. And I always just take it out of my paycheck. And I'm tired of that. So I've added it to my sinking funds for 2026. A couple of more sinking funds, quarterly, pest control, home paramount for those spider crickets in my basement. As long as I pay for home paramount, as long as they come quarterly, I don't see them. And I like it like that. So I put this $45 a month away so that I can pay for home paramount. Car registrations for mine and for my daughters. I saw it went up to $246. As you see, I'm a little bit behind. I will get there. The whole goal of me having this in YNAB is to plan for it. At least I know I'm behind and I know I need to get some money. So I need to either make some extra money, or when I get gifts, at least I know it needs to go somewhere. If I didn't see these numbers, I wouldn't know what I need. And then what would happen is the month would come, I would need to pay it, it would come out of this paycheck. As long as I see these goals in here, trust and believe, I'm gonna have it before the date is here. Then I've got some maintenance, some auto maintenance. I really don't fund that one. Honestly, that's just been coming out of either my emergency fund, and then I'll just replenish that. And then I need a new bay window. I don't wanna say I need, because it's not leaking right now, but it has, and it was suggested that I should replace it. As you see, a bay window is not a cheap thing. And so I just haven't made it a priority, but it's sitting there and I may get to it at one point, but it's not a priority. As you see, it has no goals. So those are the sinking funds that I have for 2025, the things that I plan to save for over the next couple of months and spend. As I'm doing like my budgets, I will, when I get paid on my next check, I will show you how I allot the $780 to these various accounts or these various categories. And I'll give you some updates on how I do with my sinking funds for this year. But the goal is, this is really all I need to do for 2025. I may add another vacation, because as you see, July as my last vacation, I don't know. But once I save up for everything, the donations, make sure my niece and nephew are good. I have a lot of big things on here this year. And so I'll make sure I get everything done before I add another vacation. That is my 2025 sinking funds. What categories do you have on your sinking funds? Or did this help you trigger anything that you think that you should be saving for over time? Like, break that thing up into different paychecks. Like, don't go out spending, oh my gosh, I need $400 out this check, and then you're not eating, or you're not getting gas, or you're sitting, you know, eating beans and rice for a month. Plan that thing out months in advance so that you can get it just knocked out and have it with ease, so that every month you're not really tapping into your budget and struggling, or, you know, not doing the things that you enjoy because you're saving up for this category. So give sinking funds a chance. I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver and it makes my life so much easier. With that said, down in the comment box, let me know what sinking funds that you're going to add. Break those things down into monthly expenses and see what that's going to do. Let me know what those expenses are. All right, you guys, talk to you later. Bye.